Hey y'all, it's Fab Jen. I'm back with another handbag series, and this one will be called Let's Talk the Tea About Handbags. I don't know if that's officially going to be the name, but it's going to be something along those lines. And what we're going to talk about here is premier designers, high-end designers, and what's going on in the industry and what's going on in big news, at least big news to me. And right now, the first one on the chopping block is Marc Jacobs. Marc Jacobs is not going to be the creative director anymore for Marc by Marc Jacobs. That's his off-the-runway line. It's interesting, kind of came out of nowhere for me personally. I think that that's cool that he's said, you know what, I've got Marc Jacobs collection and Louis Vuitton to deal with. My Marc by Marc Jacobs can be ran by somebody else. I think that's brilliant. It takes a lot of gumption, takes a lot of balls and confidence to say, I just can't handle it, get somebody else to do it. So that's good. So he's got a good team, it seems like, going on. Especially, I'm super excited that Luella Bartley is going to be involved. She helped revise Mulberry, especially their accessories line, and she had a very successful clothing, accessory, shoe line that unfortunately was chopped or let go, or her contract wasn't renewed because of the recession, which is sad. Not because she wasn't doing good, it's because the recession just asked her out, and I think that was a poor decision to cut the Luella Bartley line. And if you're interested, I will post a link down below about Luella Bartley. Amazing, just really beautiful stuff. I really admire her stuff. I have tons of Luella Bartley bags because they're just so beautiful, and right now on eBay they're reasonably priced, and they fluctuate here and there, but you can get some really good deals on them. And I'm a die-hard collector of her handbags. I really am. They're really beautiful, well-made, quality pieces. Anyway, I'm digressing. So that's what's going to be happening. So Luella Bartley is going to be in on that, as well as, let's see, Katie Hiller. I don't know anything about Katie Hiller, but Katie Hiller and Luella Bartley are supposed to be working together to kind of revive the Marc by Marc Jacobs look and feel and everything. So I think that's really ballsy, creative, and amazing that Marc Jacobs did that, because it has his name on it, and he trusts these ladies, I'm sure, to do something great with his brand. So kudos to you, Marc Jacobs. You know, it's stressful to handle just one brand, let alone two. So that's a lot on his plate. So yeah, I'll post this link down below. It's the Huffington's. It was on the Huffington's Post, and I will have the direct links down. Part 2, and this is the most juiciest, at least in my opinion. LVMH, which is Louis Vuitton, is fined 10 million euros, which is about 20 million in American dollars, for shady Hermes stock maneuvers. Now, I've been following this for a while. I even posted a blog article about it, which I'll have posted down below, about Louis Vuitton harassing, damn near, Hermes for its business. And Hermes has been very profound and outspoken that we're not going to do it. We don't want anything to do with Louis Vuitton, in the sense that we're not selling our business. That is family owned, and we're going to keep it that way. Our majority family controlled, and we're going to keep it that way. And Louis Vuitton does not know how to take no for an answer. So the CEO has been going in and doing certain maneuvers to gain more stock of Hermes. And Hermes would technically be the rival as far as luxury accessories and things like that. And Louis Vuitton has a huge freaking hard-on for Hermes, and I'm glad that Hermes is sticking their guns. And this isn't the first time that Louis Vuitton has done something shady like this. About a year or two ago, they did some kind of stunt similar to this, as far as stocks and as far as trying to get more access. I believe they were even fined for that too. I can't remember specifically, but I do remember that they did get in trouble for that. So, and Hermes called them out on it. So yeah, so it's pretty interesting article. I'll have it linked below. I found this on the purseblog.com. I mean, what do you think about the whole Hermes, Louis Vuitton trying to gain Hermes? Do you think that would be better for Hermes? Do you think that Hermes would become mass produced or more readily available if Louis Vuitton got their hands on it? What do you think about Marc Jacobs stepping down? Do you think him stepping down from his Marc by Marc Jacobs brand is good? Do you think that his competition is Michael by Michael Kors, who is kicking ass right now as far as handbags and clothing? Do you think, how do you feel about Marc Jacobs' clothes in general? Do you like the way he's styling, how he's designing for Louis Vuitton? Do you think he needs to have a stylist style his clothes for him? Me personally, you know, I love Marc Jacobs. I have a lot of his bags and things like that. I'm not a fan of his clothes, but I noticed that when somebody else has styled his clothes, it just blew my mind. I did not know that that was his clothing. More specific, it was an exhibit going on with Louis Vuitton's clothes, and somebody was styling the mannequins, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. Some of the most beautiful pieces I have seen. I just didn't, and on the runway they weren't dressed like that, but on the mannequins, all the different pieces were pieced together differently in a different way other than on the runway, and it was really, really refreshing and nice to see that. Do you think he shouldn't style his own stuff? And one thing I've always said about Michael Kors in general, is he knows how to design, but he also knows how to design. He also knows how to style a woman. He also knows he knows a woman's body, and his clothes have just been fantastic. I've had his clothes. I have some of his clothes. I have had his shoes. They're so practical, so beautiful, and so feminine and so flattering that it's no surprise that Michael is like kicking butt and in that industry, because he just knows all those combinations so well. Marc Jacobs, I've had some of his pieces in his by Marc Jacobs, and I'm just not a fan. I mean, they're loosey goosey, they're cut funny. I think they're just a little too hobo chic for me, personally speaking, and I don't really care for them. I think that's where it's lacking at. I'm hoping that this change will be good for Marc. So anyway, rate, comment, subscribe if you like, and I'll talk to you later. Alright, bye. Ooh, I hope that's not pissing